Hi everyone, this is just a quick introductory video to Module 4. We are now at the halfway point of the semester, and so this is the time to be keeping track of your grades as I go through the assignments and grade them. Your first essay is graded. Obviously you just turn in the cause and effect essay, so that will be a little while before I get that one graded, but we are approaching the midpoint of the class. So I'm going to just walk you through the fourth module and talk a little bit about what we're working on now. So just like the cause and effect essay, our next essay is 2 modules long. You actually can see both modules open. Module 4 is to prep you for the comparison essay, and Module 5 is writing the comparison essay. So in Module 4, you can see that you have a number of assignments that you'll be working on, a couple of a quiz and a documentation assignment related to MLA, and then you'll also be working on the comparison essay itself by completing a pre-writing journal and then looking for some sources. So to start off with, one of the big subjects we're covering in this module is sources. And this is probably the hardest part of the class. We're preparing you with this essay. This is the only essay you use sources with. We're preparing you for Comp 2. So we're giving you an introduction to the idea of using sources, and then you'll be, of course, carrying this forward when you move on to Comp 2. You'll be doing a lot more research, and so hopefully that will help you be a little bit more comfortable with finding sources and being able to use them in your essays. So it's really important that you do these readings here. The rules for writer's textbook is the section's a little bit longer, but I think it does a better job of explaining the actual concept of documentation. So be sure to read through those pages. Those are pretty important. Another place you can go is the Purdue Owl, and it breaks down MLA style really well. So if you are lost, that's something that you can access even when you don't have your textbook with you. So that's a good place to kind of keep bookmarked for yourself. I also have some PowerPoints here that you can look through if you want to, but the main concept is you have a works cited page with your sources listed, and then in the paper you have references to those sources. Now you can look at the comparison contrast essay assignment to see that your minimum for this essay is 2 sources, one direct quotation and 1 paraphrase. You have to demonstrate all 3 of those things in this essay. And so that's something to keep in mind as you start drafting your essay, that you are required to use sources and to demonstrate those skills in this one. So you have, for documentation, you have a quiz to take, and then you also have this assignment, and the assignment is just to show me that you know how to do these skills. So it's finding sources, writing the works cited entry, and then writing 1 quote and 1 paraphrase from each source. And so you're just showing me that you know how to do this, and then I'll provide feedback for you so that you can correct your mistakes when you start to work on your comparison essay. Like I said, this is one of the hardest things that we'll do in this class, and so really paying attention to the textbook, reading through the directions. It's fairly straightforward, and there's just a lot of repetition with each source that you do, but a lot of students find the concept really hard to grasp to begin with. So this assignment is not terribly difficult, but I do want you to make sure that you're showing me how this is done. So I'll be grading you on your 2 sources that you find, and then you write out that works cited entry, a single sentence that you use as a quote. It does not have to be a quote in the original. You are turning it into a quote, and then 1 sentence that you paraphrase. So that, along with the quiz, will help with our documentation requirements. Then you have your journal, which is the pre-writing that we'll do for the comparison essay. So this helps you to choose a topic. So you're going to brainstorm. You're going to take from that. So similar to the pre-writing journal we did a while back. So you're going to brainstorm a bunch of topics, and then you're going to free write about 2 topics, and then you're going to take one of those and cluster map it, and then take that and do working thesis. The last thing you're going to do in this module is the discussion board on sources. And so here what we're looking for is how can you find good sources just out there on the internet. So you're going to use your comparison essay topics. It doesn't matter if you decide to change your topics later on. For now, whatever you're thinking about is fine, and you're going to find 3 sources, and you're going to post each one of them separately on the discussion board. So you'll have 3 threads that you create. Then you'll go back in and you'll look at 2 of your classmates' posts and then critique their source. So it's fairly simple, just quite a few posts. So it's probably the one that'll have the most posts in this class. So you're posting 3 sources, and then you're going back in and critiquing 2. The big thing for this discussion board to remember is that you cannot respond to no post can have no more than 1 response. So if somebody has already responded with a critique, you can't do that one. That's why everyone's posting 3, so there should be enough. If for some reason you get in there to do your responses and there are no more sources left without responses, send me an email and I will work it out with you. The last thing that you can do in this module is the midpoint survey. This is really important because it allows you to give me feedback on the class here at the midterm. So if there's anything that you are struggling with, anything that you don't like about how the class is set up, anything that you can think I could provide to make the class easier for you or better for you, please let me know. This feedback is anonymous, so all I see is the responses. I don't see names, but it does allow me a chance to make changes to the second half of the semester if that is something that you feel would improve your experience in the class. You also get 5 points extra credit for doing it. So it's a good opportunity to get some extra credit, and it's a great opportunity for me to get some feedback from you on how the class is going. So that is the 5th module. We are, like I said, working on that comparison essay. This module is a lot of important information that we'll be carrying forward into the next unit, but you're not necessarily starting drafting the essay yet. We're just at the pre-writing phase for that. So as per usual, if you need anything, feel free to send me an email, and I hope you have a great weekend.